Poor Dave.
Which one was the fire engine one?
That
That
was
was you.
Yes.
Okay,
We
so
have
now we're talking
footage.
about hi. Hi, this is Andrew
Hi.
Colyer. Everyone say hi.
Okay.
Everyone say hi.
All right.
Hello. Hello.
Hi. Hello.
We're
Okay.
back for another behind the official video episode. This is episode 5, so we can have
Okay.
Bambi and Rudolph here.
Yeah.
Very good.
Well, you got Dave. You got to tell us the story. How would you have a nickname of Bambi?
Just kind of because it sounded a bit like Bainbridge.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It was only
All
when
right.
I was in primary school, up until
Okay.
the age of 11 or 12 or something.
Oh,
And then,
You know, kids.
yeah,
when kids are making up names to call each other, that kind of thing.
it seemed quite cool at the time, but
Everybody liked Bambi when you're a kid. Yeah, usually.
Yeah. Until strippers started adopting it as their name. Then it probably lost its thing. You know?
yeah.
Now that I didn't know.
That's in this country. It's perfectly respectable over there. But over here, there's a lot of exotic dancers
right.
Oh.
who call themselves Bambi.
Well,
It's
since
just
on
a
that
thing.
note, I'm wearing my favorite Tracy, spanking your way into. She's a burlesque person around here from the neighborhood.
Oh, I love burlesque. Oh, how
She's
fun.
really great. You would love her because she's funny and she dresses up in all these wild outfits. And it's not so
Fantastic.
overly done. It makes a good night shirt.
Yes, it's lovely.
Sorry.
Okay, bring us in, honey.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Behind the Official Video, and we are here with all the other Circuline members: Natalie Brown, Darin Brannon, Dave Bainbridge, Shelby Warne, and the lovely Sharon Rudolph, who's here with us also today. And we are discussing the official video for the song You. We filmed this in August of 2023 last year. We filmed all the official videos with the band together in a week. We got everybody together here in New York. We packed it in. And for this particular song, You, we filmed it right here underground in a space called the Dungeon. And it was originally what was supposed to be the cave, but it just didn't work out for us to be able to. Basically, it's uninhabitable because there's too much moisture, too much dampness, not enough fresh air return. But it was perfect to shoot a weird, creepy video to go with a weird, creepy song.
Hey.
And the hallway was fun.
Well,
Upstairs in the
right.
chocolate factory.
Since we've been here at the chocolate factory, we've been here in this space for 10 years. And I remember the first time I went to the third floor, actually it's the second floor, and there's this long hallway. And I said, we're going to shoot a video someday in this long hallway. Darin is a big Tool fan of the band Tool.
Not DIY then.
No, please. Not me. No.
So the song You was a song that Darin brought in for this album, and it was inspired by Tool because I think he listened to their last album nonstop for a year. Is that right, Darin?
Pretty much. Yeah, about 1 billion times. Yeah.
That's why it's kind of dark and weird and creepy, is because that was the inspiration where it came from. Originally, that's where it started. So we wanted to just make a video that was going to be This is the weird one for the record. All the darkness, all the eeriness of the dungeon over here. We brought in a team, Chris Nostrand Productions. Chris came in with his assistant, Zach. This was on day 2. So Shelby had been here for a couple of days. I don't know if she was over jet lag or not by then.
No.
No.
Definitely no. I was fueled by Red Bull, as I pretty much am these days, but definitely around those videos.
Yeah, and we used because of the eeriness and because of the space, we used fog machines.
Right.
Yeah.
And we have a rule in Circuline that we've been saying for years, and we betrayed
did
our
not
own
follow
rule.
it.
We
Nope.
did not follow our rule. And our rule is, and I'm sure that Dave and Shelby will understand this, no new gear on a gig.
Right.
Do not buy something new that you don't have any experience with and show up and use it for the first time on a gig or something like this.
But we did it.
We
But we
did
did.
it anyway, because we got fog. We were like, we need fog machines. I bought the fog machines and Darin bought a haze machine.
Oh yeah.
And when we were setting up for things, we turned them on. We made sure that the fog machines worked. Darin turned the haze machine on, and we left because
we left because we wanted to
We
make sure that
abandoned
room
them. They were
had
still
enough
running.
fog in it.
right. We turned it on, and I said, "Did you read the manual?" And he was like, "Oh, I looked it up online. It'll be
Yeah, it was
fine."
cool.
So we went upstairs to shoot in the hallway, that big long hallway, and then also the way that the chocolate factory is laid out, it's a large complex, and there's several buildings. And the front building, there's a big loading dock from where the trains used to pull up. And it's a really long shot. And we knew that there were some cool long outside shots we wanted to get there. So we did the hallway, we did the loading dock, we came back, and it's like an hour and a half later.
Oh yeah.
And we come through the cave and we open the door and
I will never forget that experience of opening up the door and just seeing a wall of haze, and you couldn't see like that far in front of you.
That wasn't even the worst part, because we were walking into the cave area and we're going, wow, look at this. And then what happened?
All of the fog came pouring out and set off the fire
alarms.
And then, of course, we find the fire alarm, and because it's a commercial building, we couldn't reset it. So guess what? Showed up.
It was just absolutely.
The fire department showed up.
The fire department showed up, yes.
And the way it works, because there's this compound of different buildings, it's just not one building. All the buildings had to evacuate. So waves of hate our way because we disrupted everybody's workday. And then there's this little school of toddlers that
it's a daycare.
They love it.
It's a daycare.
And they got their naps disrupted, and they were like, we're so sorry. We're so sorry.
The whole thing felt so just like a perfect comedy of errors that it almost felt scripted. It almost felt like a sitcom episode.
Yeah.
One thing after the other. Like one of my favorite moments from that day was the fact that there was so much smoke and haze in the room that they couldn't feed it out of the door fast enough, so they had to unscrew the windows out of the walls.
Yes.
Yes.
Had to remove the windows and the glass out of the walls, and then put fans there to vent the smoke out of the building. And it just kept on pouring out. The amount of smoke that we managed to compact into that room is just... Oh no. Oh no.
We need fans.
Is this going off for the whole building? We've managed to set the fire alarm off for the whole building. It's loud. Actually insane. I'm getting some deja vu from this, because we did this for our high taste at home filming last summer. Except we didn't have to evacuate a whole industrial estate, a whole industrial premises with like several businesses.
How's it going?
There is no emergency. I don't know if you guys have heard from upstairs, Natalie. She's just out on the front porch at the moment. There's no emergency. We've been doing some filming for a music video.
Yeah.
The rest of the guys are in there at the moment.
Yeah.
You can feel free to
The
head on
fire
through.
department will come.
Yeah, no, it's
The
just...
whole building is evacuated.
Yeah.
The whole building.
So
Yeah.
did
Yeah,
you talk
just-
to
oh my
Sahar?
I talked to.
We're so
We
sorry.
woke up the children.
We left them. We
Yeah,
left them
they
this
super
machine.
sensitive fire detector in this building. Unfortunately, there's pigs that.
This is just blowing the haze. Oh my god, I can't see the other wall. It's just blowing it into here. It's now so bad in here that I can barely see you guys over there.
Of course, the children had to be awake if each
No, we were just.
Oh no!
We really saw it.
There's a daycare upstairs. There's a daycare upstairs, and they were doing nap time. Oh my god.
We're all supposed to be outside, so when the fire department comes, they know that there's all the people evacuated.
Right, I guess we're going outside.
I'm so sorry.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Here come the fire service. I don't believe this.
We're the idiots.
know, I will say when we were doing the C.O.R.E video and we set the fire alarm off, at least this didn't happen. All for the sake of a music video.
Well, it's just, it reminds me of some of those videos you see on YouTube, TikTok. People who are completely oblivious to all the things. They're in place where they're
Apparently they found a way to get the haze out of the building through. Oh wow. That will do it. Oh, I see the drum kit.
Oh yeah? Oh wow. You can see it really?
Did they smash through the glass?
They took it out.
They took it. Oh wow. Jesus. Oh, that's funny. Oh boy. About an hour and a half later, we're done. Jesus, I can't believe that just happened.
It was basically imagine well, this is why we couldn't rent the space for a studio space, because there was not enough. There was no heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and the way the floors we're underground, right? So the floors are moist. The concrete floor is moist. The walls are moist because it's held in by the earth. So there's already 96% humidity in this room, and then you fill that closed box with a haze machine for an hour on high.
Yeah.
And you could, Shelby's right. You could not see. I almost ran into one of the posts in here.
Yeah. Oh
I got
my God,
some
that's
pictures
right.
of us, and well, yeah. So I talked to the fire marshal later, and they said when I went back to apologize, they actually said for them that was a great day because they had a bunch of new people and they needed to train them on how to ventilate a large building when there was not a fire and nobody was going to die. So for them, he was like, "Hey, it was really helpful for us because we were worried we were going to get fined."
Thank God, yeah.
So
Yeah,
they had to, they basically had to open the door. They had to suck the air down the fire escape. Like you said, Shelby, they had to take
Out
the
the
windows
windows.
out of the dungeon, suck the air in down the fire escape, down in through the studio here and out the other way out the window.
Yeah,
See
but
what you
other than that was good.
Yeah. See what you missed, Dave and Sharon? Aren't you glad you weren't there that day? It's
Well,
much
it's a shame because Sharon
Shame
would
I
have,
couldn't.
yeah, Sharon would have had it all on video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Shelby did a very nice on-site video. That was a real hoot.
I was live posting stories
Yeah.
through the day.
It was wonderful.
We're gonna splice Shelby's stories in to this video because it's
Can
just
we?
too good. She did a great job of capturing everything.
Yeah, we need to show that.
Yeah. Do we have those still?
Yeah,
I
she
thought
sent it to me. Yeah, it's great.
Oh,
Good.
good. Oh, I'm so glad.
And what's super crazy about that whole thing is we actually only lost about 90 minutes that day. It felt like 3 hours because it was really stressful, but we lost like from 3 to 4:30 or something like that. We didn't actually, or 1:30, whatever it was. We actually didn't lose as much time as it seemed like we lost.
The funny thing is, though, the official video for this song will have no smoke in it.
Because it was out.
There will be no smoke.
Oh, right,
All of
because-
it's gone, and we did
The
not
absolute
want to put
irony.
those suckers back on again. So
Oh my God.
Right, because we were afraid to turn the fog machines back on for the video after they ventilated the room because we were like, we don't want to set off the alarms again.
yeah, so the only way you're going to see it is through Shelby's footage. So hopefully
Yes.
we'll be able to put that in this
Yeah,
Good.
and I've took I took a ton of pictures.
Yeah.
You can't even see the firemen in the room.
Yeah.
Actually, I took a couple photos too, and they're so eerie because, like, I think I had the firemen were standing like 1 foot in front of me, and you could just barely see the outline. It was really cool.
It was
And
like
I have to send those to
like
you.
the air was filled with soup.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Anyways, the song. No.
Actually, we should talk about the song because we've not been able to, the story behind the song we shot in July of last year when it was just the three of us. So to have Shelby and Dave here is nice. How the song turned out with the big anthemic chorus, how it ends is not how it starts, and that's
a good thing.
Partly due to Dave and Shelby's awesome contribution. And this is going to be a fun one to do live.
Yeah.
Because it kind of turns into just a power rock chorus.
Well, that section of 4 that's in 4.
Yeah.
It just is really.
No, it's a
fun.
rock chorus for sure. It might
fun.
start that way, but it sure ends that way. So
Yeah, it was fun. It was good.
And with Dave and Shelby and with Dave and Shelby as busy as they are, we'll have to be doing some emailing because I'm probably going to be covering some guitar parts with one hand while I'm covering some keys on the other hand. Because this is a guitar heavy tune.
You mean guitar on keyboard, or do you play guitar?
Possible, maybe either power chords or maybe I'll just put organ. It's got to be beefy there at the end.
Yeah.
Shelby, it's interesting because I don't know, Darin, well, you're editing the video for the song and I think you were saying none of us played the song actually correctly.
It's interesting because I'm picking moments where we did well, but there are some discrepancies, so I try not to leave those in, but yeah.
So what is the convention?
It looks good. Let me tell you something. It really does look good. So,
well, one of the things that Chris did is they set up cameras in the middle of the dungeon, like all the cameras back to back, and we were around the outside. I think Darin, you had the concept of was it a Bryan Adams song or some song that you had seen where the cameras were going around the band?
What it was. He did a live studio type thing, and the band members were in kind of a circle, and all the cameras were in the center pointing out to each member, and it was really kind of a nice look. So that's kind of the way we did it.
Yeah, so in the dungeon we had Shelby on one side, I was on one side, Darin was on one side, and Natalie was on the other side. So we did another one of those where we would do stuff together, and then they kind of went around and did individual shots. Right. So it's a nice contrast because the group shots have a certain even the lighting looks different. Darin, did you do that with filters, or was that just doing the different takes?
Heavy filtered. Unfortunately, no beauty box, but I did heavy filtering on this one. So actually, I'm wrong. I found out beauty box being used, but I used it in the opposite way to make us look weird.
All right.
Instead of good.
As long as it's at least artistic and not like realistic.
No. Yeah, artistic.
I'd rather. Yeah. That's good. That's good.
That's going to be on a t-shirt. We're going to get that made. So, no, it's cool.
No beauty box. I don't know, Darin Z. No beauty box is scaring me.
Oh, it looks cool.
Okay, good. All right.
Well, at the time of this recording, we're in June. This will be out sometime in the next couple of months. We will be looking forward to rehearsing and performing with Dave and Shelby at Progrock this year. That's going to be a ton of work and a ton of fun, and we're looking forward to seeing everyone again in person. Any last parting words anyone wants to say before everybody gets back to running around doing all the other things that they have to do?
See you all in September.
I'm going to try and get the 5-string version of that bass.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
You said at NAMM you met the guy, and he said he could mail it here, and you could use it when you're here.
Yeah, so they Dingwall actually do a thing where if you contact them and you have a tour or whatever coming up, they can hook you up with the bass. So failing all of that, I can just do that. However, in general, I would love a 5-string version of this bass because I love the shape of it. I just think it's such a cool shape, and it feels lovely and stuff. So I might get the same guitar, maybe a different finish, but the 5-string version of it.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
And Dave, and I know you can't answer this as a possible question to answer today, but there's so many layers of guitars on the record. We're going to have to figure out what do you want to play, and then what are my keyboard parts, and then anything that you want me to fill in, because my keyboard parts are pretty basic on most of these songs.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah, I mean, I can play keyboards as well, obviously, in places where necessary.
Yeah, we're gonna, just so everyone knows, on say their name, it's gonna be a percussion feature. And Shelby's gonna rotate back and play the drum kit, and then Dave and I will be playing toms, and Natalie's gonna go back and jump up with Mike on his riser and play percussion. That's gonna be, and Darin comes out front and does like a rototom solo, which is that's
Nice.
very cool.
Yeah.
And not for prog stock because we don't have the bandwidth for it. But at another point, sometime in the future, what we would love to do is have a keyboard feature because Dave plays keyboards, Shelby plays keyboards, Darin plays keyboards, and I. So we'd have some kind of setup where all four of us get to play.
I think what we should do is have like me and Shelby versus Andy and Dave. How about that? We'll do a competition.
Natalie actually plays keyboard too. You took piano lessons when you were a kid, right?
Yeah.
She could be our music director. You could just
Sure.
sure.
Anyway, that's not today.
Thank you
That's
guys
next
for
year.
joining us
Anyway,
as usual,
thank you so much.
guys. It's really lovely.
Thank you so much. Hey, thanks so much for watching this behind the official video series. There'll be another couple more coming for the last two tracks of the record, but we don't know what they're going to look like because we don't have anything done yet.
Yes. There you
so
go.
it'll be a surprise for everybody.
Yep. There you go. All right.
All right. Thank you so much. And we'll see you
later.
We'll see you next time.
Excellent.
Bye. Thank you guys again so much.
Pleasure.